So we are actually going to move into the next part of our program, which is what we're calling the state of the state. And so this summit is brought to us by Recovery Dharma Global, which is a large organization, and the events committee is part of RDG. And so the state of the state, the intention behind it is really just to kind of give everybody an overview of who the board members are of RDG and what we're kind of working on and what we're doing and what we have been doing and what our vision is going forward. So I'd really like to invite the executive committee to come up, and that consists of Jackson, Sadat, and Janice, and myself. And we're going to kind of go through some of those things and talk to you a little bit about that. So if you all would like to come up, we'll get started. We're all coming together. I'm going to pass it now over to Jackson, who is the RDG president, and we're going to get us started with the State of the State presentation. Jackson?
Good evening. My name is Jackson. I go by pronouns he, him. And my first summit was last year in Portland. And if you had asked me at that summit, hey, guess what? Next year at the summit, not only are you going to be on the board of directors for Recovery Dharma Global, you're going to be the president of Recovery Dharma Global. I would have said, you're crazy. There's no way. And then I kept showing up for committee meetings and kept raising my hand to get involved and kept volunteering to be a part of service. And here I am today. And I am not a professional in Buddhism. It's like if I tried to do a meditation, that was wonderful, Kay. Like if you were on Insight Timer, I'm subscribing. Like that was incredible. Thank you for that. So my point to that is that we are all volunteers. We love our recovery. We love Recovery Dharma. We want to be of service as much as we can and at any level that we can. And so whenever you have that enthusiasm and want to be involved, eventually there comes opportunities to just keep providing service at multiple levels, whether it's locally at your Sangha, whether it's online through any of the online groups, the virtual groups, or whether it's through the board. There's no level of hierarchy. We're all peers together. But as a responsibility of my service, I'm going to go through some of the things that we have been doing and that we're looking forward to doing in the future. And so I'm going to share a little bit here and then pass it off to some of my other board members. So please just welcome everyone to our State of the State address. This session is a chance for us to celebrate the progress we've made together as a community, reflect on where we've come from, and share what's ahead for Recovery Dharma. We'll be introducing you to the board members, sharing some exciting data about our growth, highlighting committee work, and welcoming new leaders. Okay, so the board members, as a president, we also have the current board members. We have Sadat, we have Maddie, we have Janice, we have Scott, who cannot be with us, and we have Bryant. Those are our current board members. And as the spirit of rotation, the board members that will be leaving us this year are going to be Maddie and Scott. But I know just because Maddie's leaving the board, so that doesn't mean that she's going away. And then we also have present some incoming board members. We have an election. Hopefully everybody got a chance to vote, register, and vote. We have Ablosi. Is Ablosi present? We have Dee. Where's Dee? She was in the back. She's helping out with the raffle. We have Daniel. We have Eduardo. We have Jenny T, who was up here earlier. She's somewhere. Joel. Everybody should know Joel. We have Coco in the back. And we have Laura Rachel, who I believe is online. So I'm going to give everybody an opportunity to briefly introduce themselves so that you can get to know our current and incoming board members.
Hi, everybody. My name is Siddhant. I am the vice president, and it's my pleasure to serve alongside the global RDG's board, Sangha, to support all of the amazing work that is done by folks represented in this room and represented across the country and across the globe. I'm really looking forward to sharing some of the highlights of the work that we've done this past year and our plans for the coming year. And it's so great to be here with you all. Thanks.
Thank you, Sadat. Hi, I'm Janice. I'm part of the Charlotte Recovery Dharma community, and I'm just really grateful and honored to be a part of being able to serve this community and help it grow because it's such a vital part of my recovery. Thank you.
And I'm Maddie. I am the current secretary. I am going off the board. My term is ending quite soon, but my time on the board has been amazing and really, really insightful. And as Jackson said, anyone can be on the board, anyone can be of service in varied aspects. And so a lot of this too is really to empower you all yourselves and also to take that energy back to your Sangha. But we also have so many other board members, and we're really excited to have them come on with their new energy and motivation. And so we're going to move into kind of introducing them and letting them talk and say hi. I also really want to encourage everyone in the room to just maybe like pick the brains of people that are on the board, just to kind of get a sense of like what it's like. I think that part of this is also bridging the gap between Recovery Dharma Global and the local sanghas that exist in everywhere, that Recovery Dharma is. And how can we expand our program even more? So if this is an interest to you in any way, even like 1% of your brain is like, I kind of want to maybe think about that. Talk to us, talk to us. Ask us questions about what it means to be in service in this way, and how is it accessible to you. And I'll stop talking and I'll pass it back to Jackson.
Yeah, if I could get all of the current and incoming board members to come to the front. We want to honor those who are online, so we have to speak from in front of the camera. Just pretend like there's not a camera in front of you, or 150 people, 300 eyeballs looking at you, but we'll just... Yes, you have to hold horizontally. Yeah, okay, there's a specific way to hold it and talk into the microphone. Just like this, so you can...
Hi, I'm Daniel. And I'm really honored to be on the board. My partner gave me an opportunity, and I snapped at it. And I'm trying to keep things simple, and that's what my program is. I didn't understand suffering until I understood addiction, and I didn't understand addiction until I started focusing on some of these Buddhist principles that we're going to be going over with this evening and the coming couple days. So thank you very much for having me.
I'll get my pose ready. Hi, my name is Bryant. I am so grateful to be here serving on the board with you all and with everyone here. I can honestly say that for over the 6 years that I've been sober in recovery, the Buddhist practice had been part of my life, first as refuge and now being with you all in Recovery Dharma. I co-chair the outreach committee, and we do have some members. I just want to call out Mikey, Serena, Sadat, Toby, Daniel, all of you are here to help rebuild this committee. And I'm encouraging all, like Maddie said, if the main reason that Recovery Dharma is so successful is because of each one of you. Our stories make this what it is. It's special and people resonate. And that is what outreach is all about. We want to make sure you feel empowered to share your story, to bring our teachings and this program into your communities, because that's what people resonate. We can talk about Buddhism all day long, but when they put a face, when they hear how much you've gone through your struggles and are making it through the other side, through all the ups and downs, that's what brings people in. So we want to make sure with the outreach committee, come share with us how your struggles to build new communities, what you need, and also how you would like to share the message. We're here to help spread that, so come see us. We'd love to have you on the committee. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Is this okay? Okay, awesome. I had to do a mic check. Okay, hi, this is Coco. New board member, really, really excited to be and honored to be able to support and be of service on this board for Recovery Dharma Global. I've been coming to Recovery Dharma for about 2.5 years now. It's been transformative in my life, in my recovery. I no longer just count the days of sobriety, but I count the days of wise speech, wise intention. And so it's been really, really lovely. I hope to be working more and looking at the ideas. So inclusive, diversity, equity, and accessibility committee. So thank you.
Hello, everybody. I'm Eduardo Vega, he, him, él. And I'm sure glad and grateful for the opportunity to be of service. When I first started with I encountered Recovery Dharma. Actually, it was just before the transition. But I was so grateful to find a community that connected my recovery journey with others and with the Boost path that was so important to me. I knew I was at home in that first meeting. Since then, in Los Angeles, I had the opportunity to facilitate, kind of return to meetings after COVID, etc. And I'm a proud member of the Recovery Dharma D&D morning community, even though it's early in my time zone. So for me, part of my recovery has always been service and wise action. Someone invited me, called on me to apply to the board, and I was honored to be selected, I hope, with IDEA committee, and also with some of our publications and stuff like that I can help contribute to the learning and sharing and growth that has given me so much. So thank you.
Hi, my name is Dee de Blasio. I am from just outside of Philadelphia, PA. I have been involved with Recovery Dharma from the very beginning. This program has changed my life. People came into these rooms and showed up for me and showed me basically how to do everything because I did not know how to do anything. Not like an adult anyway. So I am honored to be a board member. This program is near and dear to my heart. It will always be near and dear to my heart. I am so happy to be of service. I enjoy very much being a part of my Sangha. It has become my second family, and I hope that all of you become my second family now. So thanks so much.
Hey everyone, Jenny here again, Jenny T. She, her pronouns, and I am a member of the Portland Intersangha, although I guess I live outside of Portland proper, and came to Recovery Dharma. I'd, stopped drinking for health reasons, but couldn't manage to stay sober without a community, and just was very, very grateful to find a community, like an ethical community, and a recovery community that was based around ethical practice, personal growth, and development, and kind action and things like that. So I'm just really grateful to be of service to my local and global recovery community, and very happy to be here today. Thank you.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Joel. Pronouns are he and him. I reside in the Boston area where I'm part of the Boston area Sanghas. I'm also a long-term member of the Out of the Mud Sanghas, and so shout out to them all online. It comes at no surprise that I love doing events. It has a really special place in my heart, especially at the summit. I'm also a former board member and an incoming board member. I took a 2-year break, and here I am back again. So I'm really excited. We're really ramping up events in the next year and hoping to really expand. I think, especially, looking at all of our other committees, events really partners with all of them. I feel like events is really robust. We have a ton of volunteers, and it's really dependent on them to make it happen. And so I'm just really excited for what's in their future. So.
All right, and we want to give Laura Rachel an opportunity to introduce herself. She is with the virtual crew.
Hey everybody. DM that man. So yeah, I just think excuse me, the echo's so bad. But was grateful to be coming on the board. Chicago was city when I was a little snake giving a tip with a Michigan that just was positive and hope. And that's what recovery karma is, you know. I'm so thankful to be a part of things from mentorship to um I don't know if anybody can hear me, but yeah, I'm just really glad to be here, part of inquiry circles, going to PDX, to DNT, to the meetings in Seattle, and just Sangha surfing, and I found my home. And Recovery Dharma really has helped save my life, because for me, being powerless just wasn't an option anymore. And this is a program of empowerment, and I just encourage everyone here to take that to the limit. All right. Thank you for having me.
Okay, let's give one more round of applause for all of the board members. Thank you all. All right, we're gonna keep them moving. So the RDG accomplishments was for the state of the state. Let me give a quick shout out, and it will be mentioned later on and probably throughout the weekend. We're gonna have our annual meeting where the public can sit in on the board meeting and hear annual reports from all of the different committees, which are a lot more detailed than what we're going to get into here now. It's a lot more kind of business minded, and we don't want to hijack this weekend and talk all business stuff. We want this to be a time for you to enrich your recovery practice through RD. So please sign up. We'll be sharing QR codes with the registration for all of that. But we do want to talk briefly about some of the stuff that we have done and what we're looking forward to. So Recovery Dharma is more than meetings. We're a movement powered by volunteers who keep things running behind the scenes. Let's take a look at what our committees have been working on in the past year. We've broken it down into key accomplishments in relation to our 5 core intentions, which are to develop, publish, and distribute Recovery Dharma literature, listing of Recovery Dharma meetings and communities, provide resources to encourage and support the formation of meetings, social media, communications, website, and online collaboration, and then coordinate conferences, events, and training opportunities. And at this time, to talk about one of the first core intentions, I'm going to pass it on to Janice to talk about developing, publishing, and distributing Recovery Dharma literature.
Hi, everyone. In 2025, with the development, publishing of literature, we have year-to-date 5,000 individual book orders, 3,000 bulk book orders, to over 150 Sangha and local communities, 500 books distributed to 37 Sanghas, treatment centers, and correctional facilities through book grant programs. And this is very cherished to my heart, just being a part of the finance behind getting these books out there to the community. So thank you. And sit up.
Thank you, Janice. So next, we're going to be talking about a listing of Recovery Dharma meetings and communities. As all of you are, I'm sure, aware, our website and the meeting listing is a valuable resource for people looking for recovery spaces. And it's just amazing. As of 2025, RDG supports over 780 active meetings in all U.S. states and in 8 countries. That includes 485 in-person meetings, 277 online meetings. We have such a rich diversity of affinity meetings, LGBTQ and gender expansive meetings, meetings for BIPOC folks, which takes me to our next core objective, which is providing resources to encourage and support the formation of new meetings. So I am the current chair of the Inclusion, Diversity, Equity, and Accessibility Committee. And in the IDEA Committee, we recognized, and from conversations that we've had with local community members, that there was a need for creating more spaces that center the experiences of Black, Indigenous, and people of color in recovery. And so we partnered with BIPOC Sangha leaders to organize a town hall where we could talk about what are those needs. And so some of the priorities and strategies that we discussed and are working on included a needs assessment where we did a survey asking members. We talked about leadership development and identified inquiry circles as a strategy to support and promote leadership. And we talked about support infrastructure for Sanghas to ensure that it's sustainable, and talked through the development of an inter-Sangha as one of those strategies that could support these Sanghas. And all these efforts led to new meetings being developed, which is awesome. Next, I'll talk through social media. So RDG has several online platforms through which we communicate with the wider community. This includes our Instagram account, our Facebook, our YouTube. On our YouTube channel, you can see event recordings for all of the events that we posted, including this one will be posted as well. Right? And next, I'm going to pass it to Maddie to talk about events.
Thank you. Sorry, I don't like this podium. It's like as tall as me, so I'm just gonna stand right here. Yeah, so kind of Joel touched on this a little bit, but events touches on all committees and all aspects of the board, and it's really the way that we give back to our community by having events. So we've had 3 main events hosted by the events committee. Every year we have a Healing for the Holidays event around the holiday time, and this is really just an opportunity to provide resources and education around how to prepare for cravings or adverse situations that might occur as the holidays occur. We know that that can be a tricky time for people, so we were really able to and grateful for all the speakers during the Healing for the Holidays, providing somatic healing suggestions and other resources in terms of relapse prevention. And we also had a growth and recovery event as well, which was in February. This was actually a 2-day online event focused on the Eightfold Path. And we had 8 different speakers for that, where we spent an hour going through each of the Eightfold Path areas. And that, I heard from many people that they really, really appreciated the time that we were able to take going through all 8 sections of the path. And so we're going to continue doing these growth and recovery events as well every single year. Again, just to provide additional resources and education around Buddhism and how to relate it back to recovery and strengthen our practice. And then, of course, we're at the summit, so we have that one. And we also have had board elections in the past year. And so that's also something that the events committee puts on. But also, we have a nominations and elections committee that does help with that too. Um, and in general, going forward, we do also plan to have more events. We want to bring more education, more opportunities for connection, town halls to really just, again, bridge the gap between the global board and our local sanghas, providing education on Buddhism, but also, structure around recovery dharma as a program and what we can do to educate people around starting meetings, and any sort of like structure issues or concerns that people have, we can come together as a sangha and talk about that. And so we're going to be having more events along those lines as well. Um, and I am going to pass it back to Sadat, and he's going to talk about what we're going to be focusing on moving ahead and where our vision is going forward.
Thanks, Maddie. All right. Looking ahead. As we look ahead, we're excited to share some of our priorities for the coming year and beyond. This includes a Sangha survey focused on outreach needs. So we really want to hear from you about the needs of your specific Sanghas and how we as Recovery Dharma Global can use our platform to help support those needs. So we're developing a survey and it will be reaching all of you soon. We have been talking about making improvements to our website, specifically for new meeting listings. So know that this is something that impacts local sanghas who want to list meetings on our website. So just want to give you a heads up that is a priority for us. Maddie talked about the monthly workshops and town hall events that the events committee is going to be doing. We are really trying to do deeper community engagement and with a specific focus on some populations. For example, we'd like to do more community engagement with veterans and more community engagement with people who are incarcerated. Next, we have been working and thinking through on trauma-informed approaches in our program. And we are thinking through a creation of a learning community, an acknowledgement that there are a lot of trauma-informed approaches and innovations that are being done across sanghas, and that we can learn a lot from each other. So more information about that soon. I think many of you have heard about the Recovery Dharma Workbook. So 2025, 2026, we are trying to publish the Recovery Dharma Workbook. And this will be an accompaniment to Recovery Dharma 2.0 with a focus on activities, inquiry questions, worksheets, things that people can use to really put into practice, both in an individual and group format to deepen their practice. And lastly, we will be focusing on some strategic partnerships, including with researchers and research institutions, to continue to build up the evidence base of the impacts that Buddhist recovery programs have. Right. So that's some of what we are looking forward to. And we're going to close with a little bit about the annual meeting. So on July 27th, we're going to be having our annual board meeting, where we will provide in more detail the work that we've been doing this past year. This is also an opportunity for community members to submit community motions. So a motion is a proposal for the board to consider a policy change or a program, something that enhances the 5 core objectives that we've talked about today. And in terms of submitting a motion, there is information on our website about how to do that, and including some examples of past motions that have been put forth. And we would love to see you there at the event. So our last slide includes a QR code that you can use to register. Yeah. And yeah. So that is the state of the state for today. But on July 27th, will be another opportunity to continue this discussion and this dialogue. Thank you so much, y'all.
And just finally, I want to give a shout out to Toby, who's our part-time independent contractor. He answers emails, he updates the meeting list, he's kind of our point man. And then we also have Cynthia, who assists with the financial side of things. She's a part-timer. We couldn't, RDG would cease to function if we didn't have our part-time support. As volunteers, we put in a lot of volunteer hours, but we do definitely need our part-time employees to help us kind of keep the train on the track. So thank you again to the existing executive committee, and thank you all for your participation in the State of the State 2025.